knew that it was going to be a really good day. My misery was going to end. We could turn the page on a new chapter. Eventually, I would go outside and I would thank the universe, because this was the day that Hillary Clinton was going to be elected president. This was the day that my granddaughter could figure out that a woman could be president, even though she wasn't perfect. And she and my daughter could eat their Hillary Clinton celebration cake and toast the future with hope. As the results came in, I cried, I swore, I hated my neighbors who I knew had voted for Trump. I put myself in a cocoon of misery, and I didn't want to go to sleep because I knew I'd have to wake up the next day. When I woke up the next day, the sun was not shining, and I put a note on Facebook. Today the sun did not come up. But time went on. And I waited for Sanji, my wonderful Korean lady who helps me clean the house. And she came in and she was crying and she hugged me. And then I realized she needed to tell me something. And she said, my daughter, she's on the SEPTA bus on the way to Philly to her job. And these men with Make America Great Again hats started to yell at her, go home, you're going to be deported now, leave now. She said, should we go? What should we do? And then she grabbed her mop, and I had no words. Later that week, I got a call from one of my LGBT friends, and I knew that she was in bad shape. I'm not going to say that this election put her in the psychiatric hospital, but it was the final straw. All the things that she hoped for and looked forward to had been smashed. I realized that she was in danger of hurting herself, and I took her to the hospital and had her admitted. Later that week, I went in to see her. And the first thing she said to me is, why are you wearing that pin, that safety pin? And I said, because I'm a safe person, because I love and respect everyone, and I will not be quiet if I see an act of hatred. And she held out her hand, and without thinking, I put the pin in her hand. We ate our lunch, which had been rifled through, a very disheveled Panera sandwich. I wasn't allowed to take the ice cubes in, so they were at the nurse's station. And before you knew it, our hour was up. I went to the nurse's station to get my ice cubes and sign out. And the lady at the desk said, you need to go in that office. Huh? What were you thinking? You gave a weapon to a suicidal patient. Don't you know she could stick that in her eye or worse? I said, I just wasn't thinking. And what we're thinking is that you will not come back for any more visits. I left with my ice cubes, leaving a trail behind me, but I didn't really care. I got out to the car and I plopped down. And then my hypocrisy hit me. Here I was saying, I love and respect everyone. And I was feeling hatred in my heart for this misogynistic, narcissistic buffoon who became our elected president. I didn't even feel any compassion for people I knew who had voted for him. I have no idea how I'm going to soften my heart, but I can promise you As soon as I listen to Meryl Streep one more time and walk in that march, that I'm going to work on it.
Diane, everybody.